讯啊，然后网络多媒体应用，然后网络效能分析等等。那今天为什么会邀请到冯老师呢？因为当时就是因为我们学校跟那个台科大有那个 EMI 的联盟，那当时我就问你，这是台科大的语言中心，说，哎，能不能推荐一位老师？他们就说，那当然是冯老师哈，因为冯老师他的 EMI 课程曾经获得这是第一届的全国 EMI 创新教学影片优赛的一些优等奖啊，所以那个当时就是他们就告诉我说这是冯老师是不会人选，好，所以我们就想说，哎，那我们试试看冯老师有没有机会来帮我们做一场演讲。那冯老2年教授的 EMI 课程，就是计算机网络概论，然后计算机模拟以及无线与行动网络概论。那老师今天的讲题是 Enabling an EMI course practitioners viewpoints and experience and sharing。对，第一个字enable 你看起来就非常的有动能。那我想我们就不耽误老师的时间，那就把时间交给老师。好，谢谢。
好，谢谢杨老师的介绍哈。那我今天的这个分享，等一下也许就会切换成像上 EMI 课程的模式。虽然杨老师没有要求我一定要用什么样的语言啊，不过因为有一些 tool 它需要从英文转成适当的语言，所以等一下在适当的页码之后就会做切换。那当然，那在后面如果大家要问问题，没有做任何的限制，就用您方便的方式来做提问。不过我有一个 poll everywhere，其实也可以不用说话就可以把你的问题输入。好，以上那这个是我接下来的一个形式。那所以我这边其实相当于是我在上课，你们就当做说，哎，来观摩一下这样的一个模式，你们觉得如何？有什么好的地方？你们要怎么样做取用？再做各自的一个思考。好，那我现在就开始。Okay, so today's talk, we will that have the topic about enabling an EMI course. So I will that have my viewpoint and share my experience. All right, so this is the outline, and of course I will that have 3 months later. Wait a moment, let me have my pen for the tablet PC. So I already have 3 modes. First mode, right now, I think it's the normal mode. We don't have any subtitles here, subtitles. Alright, so currently I already have mode 1, no subtitles. And you need to listen to me and possibly you should understand what I talk to you. Alright, so this is the first mode, and of course later I may switch. So second mode will be Chinese subtitle. Perhaps we don't have 100% accuracy, so never mind that one, but I just want to let you feel if we can turn on Chinese subtitle, and then what do you feel? And the third mode I call English subtitle. So of course you can understand right now I speak English. And I will show a subtitle in English later. So this is the third mode. And of course, I will try, but previously I tried to that have another tool called live presentation. Live presentation, if you can use Microsoft 365 account, and then you can join. If you can join, then you can use your cell phone to switch your subtitle to any language. For example, you can switch to Chinese, or maybe you want to remain in English. All right, so this is a live presentation mode. However, initially we've ever tried, perhaps none of you can use the account, so later maybe this mode you cannot feel. All right, so this is the outline, and I will talk about these. And to save time, later you can check one by one, so I don't want to go through all the items here. Well, first of all, about me, actually, I set myself to the practitioner, so of course, I didn't know about me. Well, about English taught experience here, I didn't know. Initially, maybe I'm asked to actually I was asked to taught. Actually, I was asked to teach English, and not for the current EMI, actually for the past courses. So I have more than 18 years experience in teaching courses in English. However, if we check experience about EMI teaching, then just two more years. And actually, I've ever taken courses of training course from Cambridge, AIT, and previously Professor Young, after that you know, I received the award about teaching EMI course. Actually, this one, I think you can check it. And actually, if we can check the news, that you know some of the content. So this is the news. But why I want to let you know the news, actually, that you have the title. Well, we have a problem because some worry of students, maybe approximately 60%. So of course, we need to have the proper support to students. So that's why I will share some possible tool for all of you to know if we want to do something like that, how to do. All right, so I don't want to let you know some of the details of the news. I just want to let you know. In fact, we have some problem when teaching the EMI course. So of course, we need to address some of issue for that and let you know how I do it. Well, of course, for this EMI course or for the talk I've ever deliver for the other two schools and just for your reference. However, this time, today, we will have an even shorter version. So possibly, I may speak maybe so fast or quickly. So that's why right now, I think you may feel I want to hurry up. So for that one, if you don't feel safe or comfortable, please forgive me because I want to control the time within an hour approximately. Well, so right now, EMI. Here I raise this question to all of you. What is an EMI course? So let us check the definition of EMI. Well, according to this definition, you should understand, well, teach your own subject. All right. And actually not using our first language. In fact, we will use the second language. That says English not our first language, so how to do? All right. And in fact, if you share some idea from some experts about EMI courses, they let us know we should have this idea, student-centered teaching. All right. So if we don't have the first language to teach, and same for your students, and how to do, we need to use this way, student-centered teaching. And student-centered teaching also asks students to have the possible activity. Specifically, we expect they can have good discussions, right? So if we put them together, what do you think about EMI course? All right, so here I want to ask you, what should an EMI practitioner do if we have this definition, and also we expect to have good discussions? All right, so this is the question I raised to you, and that you think about if you want to teach an EMI course. So according to the definition and according to the requirement for this type of a course, so what you should do. Well, for this one, actually, I prepared the video for you to watch, and later I may ask you a question regarding the content of the 3 videos. Of course, you can try to check video 1, and of course, once you finish, you can try video 2, and later you can try video 3. Okay, so right now, maybe I that you have some time to casually watching the 3 videos. Because of time, later I may select some periods for checking, and so that you can understand some themes of the individual video. All right, so take a look at the 3 videos for yourself, and so that I can select some time period for watching. Or maybe you can carefully select one of the video. So you can keep watching to save time, so let me continue by checking the first video. Or maybe you can take a picture. Later you can check the individual video for yourself. So I start from video 1.
Try these steps to write a rubric. First, identify the assignment. Try these steps to write a rubric. First, identify the assignment you will use the rubric for and the course student learning objectives you are focusing on. Second, make a list of the criteria you think are most important for the assignment.
Yeah, maybe you can notice that it have
for an oral presentation,
closed caption,
the
CC
rubric
here.
had eye contact,
This is a function provided by Google.
etc. If you have a writing assignment, it might be organization, word choice, and accuracy. These criteria will go on the left side of your rubric. In order to be clean and clear, limit yourself to no more than 7 total criteria per rubric. And make sure the criteria fit make your rubric. You can use an online free rubric maker.
I just jumped to the important point, so that's why I do not allow you to watch continuously. Or you can type it up in a word processing program. Sixth, decide how you want to give the rubric to your students. You can give them paper copies or send it to them through email or through your course management system. Seventh, and finally, try out your rubric. You can try it on assignments that students have turned. Rubrics are most effective when instructors circle the descriptors, but also write at least some feedback to the student. In this case, the instructor might write, "Thank you for your hard work for this presentation, Jose. I can see that you practiced and have studied the topic. Be sure for the next time to speak more slowly and clearly so that we can best understand you." All right, so maybe I did have some time periods about video 1. Actually, this video offered by the professor of Ohio University. This is an online course, so you will have a style like this. As for this online course, suitable for an EMI course, okay or not, I think later I can ask you about this question. So let me switch to the next one.
All right, so suppose everyone is ready. We're going to start today's class. All right, so today we're going to focus on homework 2 and talking about some of the answers. But once again, there's no correct or wrong answer. It's just simply a share of thoughts among all of us. But before that, let's do a small recap about last week's homework discussion, right? We talked about a lot of models, and then we always go from the simple one to medium complicated and then to the more complex one. And you see a very, and I'll show you that. You'll also experience that in today's group discussion. So the roadmap for today, we're going to talk about homework 2. We're going to have a preview of homework 3 at the end. So it's going to help you with the homework 3. And there's also several announcements that I want to make sure that we are all aware of. Next week, we're going to have the review on homework 3. And the week after that, we're going to have our exam. And for the final week, we're going to do a group presentation. Ever thought about having your own house? Raise your hand. Okay, great. For the people who have dreamt about having your own house, what does your dream house look like? So this can be your kitchen in your dream house, right? Very nice. And also these. So let's say we have 3 options here for the kitchen. Let's take votes. So this is option number 1, 2, and 3. And then these are like a stone countertop. Countertop meaning 厨房的台面. Okay, so countertop is this. So it's about a stone countertop. Do you know where it comes from? Probably never thought about it, right? It just, it might be the stone from the east part of Taiwan or imported from Italy, and then it comes to the manufacturer, and then it's going to be magically appear on my kitchen as my countertop. So in 2019, just in this past 3 years, into groups, and then for group discussion, let's do it one by one. So let's now talk about question number 1. How are you going to take turns and present the questions later? Paper, rock, scissors. Go ahead, please. You can choose to go first or later. Okay, so you start from question 1, question 2, question 3, 4, and 5. All right, so only for the first problem set, which is A1. All right.
So here I think you can see the real situation of the group discussion.
Okay, so I think both groups are ready. Would you like to share on the first one? The first one is, do you think the presence of peaks affect the accumulation of damage?
Yes.
And the reason being?
We see the Excel sheet. If there's fewer peaks, then the accumulation of damage is lower. But when there's more peaks, that would be more exposure, and that's leading to more damage.
So we have GSD equals to 1.5. I also did a simulation for GSD.
All right, so this is the second video, and the video actually offered by NTU. So this is Professor, well, I forgot her name, so that you can check it. So in fact, it's the share video from NTU, and I use it. Okay, Professor Lee. All right, so this one, the second video, and actually this is a demonstration for teaching an EMI course. So do you think this one suitable for you, or okay, or something else? You can think about this as well. Later you can let me have your opinion as well. And let me move on to check video 3. Last week, we reached this page and talking about the... Again, I let you know, this is the CC provided by Google. And in fact, I use Dropbox, so if you want to have CC, you can use this function provided by Dropbox as well. Chapter 4, and of course, I will go through part of chapter 5 as well. And actually, I have the link, but because of the connection to for well, if I have the crossing of different chapter, then if we have error, then we will find it. Well, because of review, so of course we think we have the keyword to that actually to that local system to check syndrome. All right, so this is the reminder of the keyword. Well, this is the previous example that I have. But for the point, actually, we try to find the Chinese characters, right? Well, the current Chinese character asks you to have these. A line on a map that joins points of equal height or depth. Okay, so I think we have the English explanation, and also we have the Chinese character directly. So I think once you see these, and you can understand the meaning of. After that, right now I think I seek your possible feedback to let me know. Any questions? All right, go ahead. Maybe you can have 1 to 2 minutes to send your feedback
through the pole everywhere. Check it. Well, passion, no, no, no. Oh, good. And any other possible? Here, this is a problem. Selected problem from exercise number 2. We have problem 4.4, 4.10, 4.24. And actually for the first one, we let you have all the information and actually ask you to check the co-generator matrix G. And the second one asks you to check the quadrature matrix H. Well, remember about the review, I let you know how to have the calculation of try to feel for you.
Right now, this is a good discussion of the current course. Actually, it's my course.
Or maybe something else. Later, I will play the video, but you can start the good discussion. All right. And right now, this is Paul Abigail to have the good discussion. And later, I will get back to play the video, and so that we can review the past good discussion. Well, some of you can key in, so right now we can see your status, right? Okay, keep going. And in fact, well,
it should just need to submit one response, right?
Yes, as usual, just a good leader. At least a good leader keying the answer to Paul Abigail. And you can pass on the answer on Paul Abigail to have your own group discussion. One discussion for number 2 and group 3 and group 6. Later you will discuss your answer with us on problem 3. Is that okay? Well, before that one.
Alright, so this is a real situation of a good discussion. And the current guy actually is me.
The answers for all the problems. At least try to finish the answer to the problem. Later you will discuss and share your idea with us. That's it.
Generator matrix. And the rest as a product matrix, we need to get the P1, P4.
And right now we have a Skype, so that's why students can share their content with us.
This vector by this equation. So P1 is 101, P2 is 111, P3 is 110.
Co-generator is 1 plus.
And this time, the student use her cell phone, and so that she can share her content using the handwriting as well.
This equation, and we're gonna get the remainder. And this is the
Okay, so with the problem 2, we can know with a given G, which is generated matrix, we can get identity matrix and parity matrix. Yes, so if we know these 2 elements, then we can get the parity checks matrix P. Yes.
So likewise, student share his content using Skype,
The topics said that is
the
from
video
7
conferencing system.
So is 7 and K is 4.
Okay.
Alright, that's all. So I think these are the content of the 3 videos. Well, so that's it. And you can check it as well. But before I go, maybe we have this question for you. So again, let me ask you to look at the question and let me have your opinions. All right, let us start it. So previously you may have some image on the 3 videos. And after watching the video, I ask you the question, which one will be the suitable model? You can think about that one. And so that I can check the feedback from you to have the statistics. Well, today, of course, we have the online approach to deliver the talk, and actually, poll everywhere suitable for this. Let me have the reminders for you. First video, actually this is an online course offered by Ohio University professor. And the second one, actually this is an EMI course offered by one of the professor in NTU. And finally, that one actually by some other professor. Right now, I try to hide the name of that professor. So you can skip to register and suddenly just leave your answer on the system. But right now, I cannot see anyone can let me have your opinion. So just try to think about and casually let me have one possible choice. For example, video 1, video 2, or video 3. You are thinking seriously. So right now, no one let me have the answers. Yes, some of you finish. Alright, it is not a test, so you just let us know your opinion. So never mind which one will be the correct one. No, we don't have any correct answer, but we just let you know later why you choose some of the video. Alright, allow the remaining participant to finish. I think still have 7 underway. So if you can let me have your opinion, you just try to pick one of the possible choices. Alright, wait for you. Well, maybe because of limited time, so let me check the next page. Even some of you still considering which one you prefer. Alright, so I ask you this question through the system of poll everywhere. So this is first page. Right now we have three surveys completed. And next one, we have the answer from you. In fact, you think Model 1 suitable because Model 1 is online course and offered by Ohio University. However, it's the online course. And Model 2, actually, this is course offered by professor at NTU, not NTUST. And the final one, actually, it's my course. However, this time, maybe you don't think this one suitable for EMI course, but that's okay, but I think it's your viewpoint. Well, up to now, you have your own reason. First of all, some of you let me know I can understand what she is saying in the second video. And let me check one by one. So you have your own because of a reason. So that's why some of you feel not really easy to answer. So something like that. So you don't have the answer quickly. So it gives more student-centered activities. All right. So this is a second video. And another one say no reason. And the teaching presentation are well demonstrated. Yeah, it's the demo video, so of course, yes, true. And lively exchange among students, all right, so something like that. And I can understand what she is saying. Interaction is good learning process. And I can understand what she is saying. Perhaps the same opinion repeated. All right, so this is the feedback from all of you. Maybe not all of you, some of you. Okay, so let me switch back to this. Well, in fact, in the following, I try to that you have two and so that how to meet the definition of EMI and also how to consider student-centered teaching and how to consider good discussions. All right, so up to now, I think that is your opinion. Unfortunately, I suggest you to follow Model 3 because today I will already have some possible tools. Maybe some of you can understand what I talk to you, perhaps because I speak so fast, so maybe you have your own reason. But I try to follow video 3 to that you have my own opinion to have the EMI courses. Well, so if after watching that those videos and also think about how to have the way to prepare the EMI course, so I definitely have the responsibility. Well, responsibility, first of all, we need to plan your course. All right, so before I continue, let me switch to my mode. So you need to plan your course based on student needs. All right, and plan based on student needs, so you need to have support. All right, what kind of support? You can have vocabulary, grammar, reading, listening, speaking, or writing skills. Well, right now, I think I already have the subtitles. What kind of support? I try to already have reading and listening. Of course, you can have the other possible support. Actually, I provide keywords, so I will that student have the support in vocabulary. All right, so you need to have the support. This support actually try to meet the requirement of student-centered teaching. All right, and also you might assess students' needs accordingly before the course is formally started. So you need to check some of the other possible requirements. So what kind of a requirement? You can check these. Later I can show the hyperlink to understand the status of students. So wait a moment. Let me stop mode 1. So wait a moment. Well, all right, so let me try to switch to this one. So let me start since this one. So I think you still can see the shell content, right? This time I switch to English mode. So that says I have spoken English and I show you the subtitles in English as well. All right, so let me continue. So possibly you may check the status of your students here, like this. Well, the same for me. I use poll everywhere, so I ask students using the following questions. Which sentence describes your experience? All right, so according to the feedback of my students, they let me know. Most of them have taken classes on other subjects, so they ever join courses in EMI style. All right, so this is first one. So of course you should understand the status using this question if possible. And next one, how confident? All right, they let them know not confident at all. So we have 60%. So that's why I didn't know we need to conquer the difficulty of student. Because of this, they are not confident at all. All right, we have around 60% of students feel so. And if you ask them further, what are you most worried about? We have the outcomes like these. Understanding lectures in English. So the most important problem should be these. Understanding the lectures. As for any other questions, then let me know. No. So, or maybe some of them let me have the feedback. So this is a possible questions you can ask before you teach further for your EMI course. All right, so let me get back to this. So you need to provide support. You need to understand the status of your students so that you can provide the suitable support to them. And the suggested way, of course, you need to involve your students and so that you can keep them engaged. How to do? Maybe you can ask them questions. As for how to ask them the questions, I use poll everywhere. I do not nominate them and so that they let me have for the answer. No, I usually use the poll everywhere system and so that I can understand the question and answer them directly. And of course, you need to grade participation. Why grade participation? Because if you don't have the grade regarding participation, maybe they don't want to join and so that you cannot see them anymore. So of course, you need to grade students' participation. Actually, I have for this part, but I cannot show you this. But at least I mentioned this one. And of course, this one actually provides support to students. So how students prepare that, and sometimes you need to have the support directly. So for example, I let them have the keywords or something else. Or for example here, you cannot feel, but I let you have subtitles for sure. And the final one, authentic assignments and assessments. Well, authentic here, I let you have the term authentic. Well, this one actually authentic. I provide keyword. This time I let you have the keyword as well. But what it means, for example, if you want to let them know directly, you can click on the hyperlink. This time to save time, I just let you know I provide the key term explained in English and also explained in Chinese characters. Well, for Taiwanese, actually, it's really easy because we have the Chinese characters, so they can understand directly. But for my course, actually, sometimes we have international students, so we still need to have the explanation in English. So that's why I have this type of keywords. Well, if we are asked to perform EMI course teaching, so we need to know what kind of problems we need to face, and so that we need to solve it to use a suitable tool or some possible strategies. Well, here I list some problems. Of course, you might have the other problems, but let me focus on the 8 problems here. First of all, let us look at the first problem. It's your first time to teach. Well, if it's your first time to teach, I encourage you to take some training courses. Well, later I can show you some possible training courses. And the second problem, actually, students cannot understand the lecture. Well, this is a common problem, and maybe most of them didn't know this. So how to conquer this problem or how to solve this issue, you should think seriously. Perhaps you can provide some suitable support so that they can feel that's okay, we still can understand you with the help of support. And problem 3, they are shy. If they are shy, how to do? Actually, I still want to ask them to have the feedback, so I use instant response system. For example, here I use poll everywhere. All right. And next one, class size. If you have a large enough class size, how to handle? In fact, I suggest you to use video conferencing. All right, video conferencing system. Well, even we have the video conferencing system, it doesn't mean we do not encourage students to come to the physical classroom. No, we still encourage them to come, but we have the help by the video conferencing system. For example, more than 50, then sometimes you may rely on that, and it might help you to handle the large class size. And the next one, some of you can understand organization activity may waste your time. All right, waste your time. Well, for this one, I think you need to conquer because you need to prepare the, for example, group discussion. So, of course, you need to rethink about this. My suggestion, you need to rethink about this. And next one, it takes you more time to teach. Yes, true. The same, you need to understand and so that prepare for that. Maybe several times later, you can save time. It doesn't mean you always waste your time. Well, for you, for the practitioner, you worry about the students' feedback. Yes, up to now, even for me, I cannot receive the good feedback from students. So I think, indeed, it's a really serious issue. Well, if you worry about this, I think you should do your best and so that you can avoid bad feedback from students. And finally, you don't know pedagogy. About pedagogy, something like today, I didn't know some of skills tools, something like this. And here I call the pedagogy. Actually, pedagogy here, you should focus on student-centered teaching the EMI course. So this is a possible suggestion. Specifically, this one suggested by the training courses. All right, I didn't know some answer, and of course, I didn't have the keyword again, pedagogy. All right. Well, how to solve the problem? I didn't have some possible solutions. And actually, I suggest you today by using some useful tools. All right, so if possible, a tool may help. Well, so actually, I want to enabling an EMI course. So how to do? Here, I didn't have the roadmap to enable an EMI course. So of course, you need to join training courses possibly. And later, you should understand something, and this called mindset. And later, I can tell you have the keyword mindset. And actually, you need to prepare a syllabus. Well, for me, for the first time, I should re-prepare the syllabus. I think, well, why I should do that? If I can speak directly, that's okay as well, right? But no, you should prepare your syllabus. Why? Later I can know my own reason, so that you should understand you should prepare your syllabus for this EMI course properly. Of course, this time I suggest you to use useful tools, including the current subtitles for sure, right? Well, joining ask you to join a training course. Because of joining a training course, you can take care of problem 1 and problem 8. Maybe right now you cannot know or remember problem 1 and 8. Actually, problem 1 talking about it's your first time to teach the EMI course. And problem 8, you don't have any pedagogy. So for the 2 problems, I think if you can join a training course, then you can understand how to solve the 2 problems, right? Well, if so, what kind of training course you can join? First of all, I already have AIT EMI training course. It's online course, so you can consider to join, and we can call it open. All right, and this one focusing on pedagogy. So I suggest you to take the course. However, if you want to take it, maybe the course is provided 1 time a year, so you need to have the proper time instant to join this. And next one is Cambridge. However, right now it's retired, so you don't have any chance to take EMI training course by Cambridge. Or maybe you can take some other courses, for example, provided by LTTC. Well, LTTC actually similar to AIT and Cambridge. And actually, you can have the flexible time slot to join possibly. All right, actually, you can have the other possible choices. And in fact, for me, I provide some hyperlink to the course, but I skip it because of limited time. Well, the second one, mindset. About mindset, let me show you the keyword mindset here, right? Mindset and sincerity. So about mindset, in fact, you should understand if you want to teach an EMI course, you need to have your own concept, how you have, and also how you should pass some of the information to your students. For example, you will care about mission to let students know because of BEST. The project of BEST, you carry the mission, so you should let your students know it's a mission. So of course, you should ask your students to support you. And also you should let them know if they can take EMI courses, what kind of benefit they can have. So let them know benefits. And of course, you need to have support so that they can feel comfortable. So support to students. And of course, you need to have some resources. What kind of resources? For example, you may have the recorded video, and so that they can play again to listen to the recorded video, something like that. But most important thing should be negotiation. You should have the proper negotiation, and so that students can follow you. And of course, if you want to have the negotiation, and also you provide some of resources and something else, you need to notice sincerity. Use a sincere way, and so that students can accept all the possible setting by you. So mindset actually is somewhat like setting the tone. All right, so before you teach the EMI course, you need to set the tone properly. I just want to let you know this. And actually, I have the QR code here, and so that you can look at one professor let us know how to take care of mindset. All right, so in fact, I already have the complete version here, more than 2 hours. But this time, we try to have the shortened and condensed version. So let me continue and ask you to look at this. offered by Professor Lin. Because of a shortened version, so I play the whole video here.
Your subject content in through English. 然后我们就来看看大家的情绪怎么样。Oh what？ 果然是台大，果然是台大，我从来没有 hope 是第一个的。好，这也是各位的文字语，好，就是我把大家的那个回答，就是你们遇到的困难，好，或者 in the concerns 哦，放到那个文字语里面。好，专业领域英语授课可能会有的挑战 EMI challenges。EMI 课程里面，其实我们在高教培训里面讲的就是 student-centered teaching， 好，以学生为中心的教育。
student-centered teaching.
更要
Right. So that's why I want to emphasize
台湾会
that.
走到要走双语教育，我们没有英文能力的危机，我们有英文使用信心的危机。所以我要跟大家讲，就是 EMI English Medium Instruction EMI is more about teaching and learning than English。英语授课重点从来不是英文。它永远还最重要的重点还是你的教和你学生的学，学生教你教的有效，学生学得好，不管是用哪个媒介，你的教学法是最重要的。所以我要跟大家讲，授课一定是大于英文。如果你原来在中文授课有效的话，我不觉得你的转换，你只是需要一些 tips、strategies 帮助你。那 mindset 很重要，心态、心法很重要。我们觉得 EMI， 我们相信 EMI 的价值跟它的意义的时候，那我们团队从一开始在讲的就是我们想要讲的不是竞争力，我们要培养的是我们下一代的国际竞合力。那竞合力讲的就是不是只有 knowledge， 还有 skills， 还有 attitude， 而且我很喜欢的就是 values 那个价值观。不是 native speaker 才是能够把 EMI 教得好，我们都可以，只要我们愿意。如果你希望学生在 EMI 里面能够英文进步的话，你要创造学生使用英文的机会，创造学生持续使用英文的机会，而且持续哦，不是只有1-2次哦，而且英文会帮助你接触到更宽广、更最新的资讯。然后呢，我们台湾的大学要国际化，你们想要交换，就得要有 international outreach 跟 collaboration， 那人才出得去，学生才进得来。我们绝对不可能期待我们学生一毕业就有能力去跟世界沟通，专业能力要足够的英语授课的量才有可能。然后英语可以帮助我们学生看见世界跟被世界看见的能力。
今天我们谢谢林云熙老师，也谢谢各位老师的莅临。那希望未来双语教育中心更多的活动，各位老师可以更多的支持。
Well, so I let you see for most of the content of this video because it's really important, and actually it is a shortened version and condensed version. So I think some of the key points mentioned by Professor Lin here. Well, if I try to repeat, actually student-centered teaching, and you actually if you can refer to the complete version, you can understand Professor Lin also that you need to have the proper negotiation. All right, that's it. So here you need to know the mindset. Actually, you need to have the proper delivery to your student, and so that student can understand what you want and what you expect, and so they can have the proper tone setting. All right, that's it. So let me continue. This is mindset. So before you teach further, you need to have the proper negotiation with your students, and so that students can follow you and also feel everything's okay to have to use resources or support from you. All right, next one, syllabus. Well, I didn't know about syllabus. Should we prepare? So look at this. In fact, from AIT training course, they emphasize you need to prepare your syllabus. And of course, they have the activity to ask you to prepare syllabus. So that's why I emphasize this one. And later I can directly have the sample syllabus for my course, and so they can understand it looks like that. It doesn't mean you should follow me to have some description like that, but at least I directly have some possible sample. But to prepare the syllabus, you need to consider the Bloom's taxonomy. And this one, you need to have the proper verbs. All right, here we have the proper verb to describe what do you expect to describe the objective of your course. All right. So actually, I've ever have a working sheet. So here I show you the working sheet for the AIT activity. It looks like this. You see, you should write the basics of your course, and you are asked to write your course description and student learning objectives, and write your assignment list, weighting, descriptions, and let them know your course policy. And of course, if possible, try to have the schedule. Right, that's it. So this is the working sheet for AIT training course by me. So I think it's important. It doesn't mean syllabus. It's so simple, so you can skip it directly. If you can have the proper syllabus here, I think finally I find, well, why we should have a syllabus like this, because students do not use second language. If we have the proper description in the syllabus, then they will save. All right, for that purpose, of course, we need to have the proper syllabus, and so the student can feel safe from beginning. All right, so I tell you have the current syllabus I have for sure. Look at this. All right, so I have it like this one. Of course, this is the title of the course. All right, I let them have the information about me, and specifically, we should let them know objectives. If you want to describe objective, then you need to use Bloom's taxonomy to use properly the words. For example, learn. You cannot use learn, and you need to use identify, assess, evaluate, or something else. And in fact, you can refer to their idea to have the Bloom taxonomy, and so that we have the goals. But this time, I do not check all the goals of the Bloom taxonomy, so that's why I go through quickly and let you know the sample from my syllabus. And of course, you need to let students know your course features. And for me, I have participation including assessment. As for how to do, I use poll everywhere and ask them to respond to my activity. Therefore, I can have the collective points. Using the collective point, I may have a rubric, evaluation standard. I may have a rubric to let them have the proper scores regarding participation. Of course, in the past, because of COVID-19, I have a regular classroom, or I have the virtual classroom using, for example, in the past I use Skype, but right now I use Teams. All right, and something else. But about policy, I also let them know my policy, because if I have the description about policy here, they can understand me easily. Even they cannot understand me. All right. Well, grading policy and some policy for participation or attendance or something else. For example, cheating in an exam. Well, of course, I let them have the schedule. Well, that's all. This is the possible syllabus for my course. Actually, my past course, not course in this semester. Actually, the same, similar to this one. I have the suitable syllabus for my EMI course for sure. And in fact, if you can have the poll everywhere, in fact, we can have the records. So look at this, records. If you can apply some IRS, for example, I have a poll everywhere. I can have the records. But right now, maybe something wrong. So, oh, sorry, this is Teams, not poll everywhere. So actually, you can use Teams. Teams can provide you the records for attendance. Or use poll everywhere. All right, so poll everywhere, I may ask them some questions. For example, about further questions. let me have the answer no and no. And for me, actually, I need to have the record, so I can choose, for example, responses. So response history, then I can have all the details. Well, that's it. So we can have records for attendance using this system. For example, you can use Teams, or for example, you can use Poll Everywhere, an IRS system. All right, so finally, useful tool. If I already have some useful tool, for example, here we have subtitles. Actually, you can have the others. Let me go through quickly. For example, right now, because of the online course, I use my touchpad. All right, so touchpad, then you can have visual ads, right? And for me, actually, I expect you can use online video conferencing system or platform. Why? Sometimes if a student want to share their idea or content, this is a useful tool. So that's why I suggest you to use it as well. Even right now, you can use the physical room directly. And of course, I show you Poll Everywhere. So we have IRS and other possible supporting tools. Well, for online video conferencing platform, actually you can use it to take care of this problem. Problem two, actually, student cannot understand you. So understand the lecture. So you can use video conferencing platform, and so they can have some, for example, subtitles or something else. All right. And problem three, actually talking about they are shy. Well, if I want to ask them to speak directly, to answer your question directly, sometimes it's not easy. So if you can have the video conferencing platform, they can use their content and share their content based on the content to talk further. So this way, it will be easier to help them. So you can solve problem three, they are shy. And problem four, class size, I didn't know this one. And problem five, actually, organizing activity. Well, sometimes if you have a video conferencing platform, it will be easier for you to organize the activity. For example, group discussion for large size class, it will be easier for you to help you. And problem six, it takes you more time to teach EMI. Well, more time to teach EMI. Why? If we have the online video conferencing platform, we can shorten time. Because if I want to explain in English directly, well, sometimes it won't be easier for students to understand what you talk. So of course, using a video conferencing platform, it can save your time, possibly. All right, that's it. And what kind of platform you can use? This time we can use Google Meet, and actually I use Teams. Even in the past, I used Skype, but finally I use it. If I want to ask me to have the proper suggestion, I think Teams, Google Meet, or WebEx will be good choices. And according to your needs, you can select one of the possible platforms. And actually, you can compare and checking the using Google to check the comparison. But this time I skip it. Oh, you can use TouchPay, and so that you can take care of problem 2 and 6. 2, actually, students cannot understand you properly. So if you can have some visual aids using TouchPay, and then I think you can help them for sure. And problem 6 takes you more time. This time, if you can have a TouchPay, then I think you can express your idea, opinion directly, because it's really easy for you to show something specifically. You can write something, even Chinese characters. All right, so I think that's good. Here, I already have some possible choices. Surface Pro, Surface Laptop, and iPad, actually, they are touchpads. But for you, which one you think you can use? I think because of Microsoft, so I suggest Microsoft. And I don't want to use Apple. And if you check it further, Pro actually is touchpad, but if you want to consider a keyboard, so with keyboard, I think you should use this Surface laptop. So finally, if you ask me to have the proper suggestion, I suggest you to use Surface laptop because we have a keyboard and still you have a Surface Pen. And right now, I use Surface Pen for sure. And in fact, if you have the touchpad, you need to have the software. What kind of software? You may have a PowerPoint, right? This time I have PowerPoint. Or maybe you may have the PDF annotator. Well, if you think you need to use them, you need to incorporate them into the touchpad, and so that they help them easily. Well, IRS, I suggest you to use Paul everywhere. Actually, you can choose Kahoot, Slido. Well, however, you need to pay. I'm not sure about maybe Kahoot for most functions they ask you to pay, and likewise Slido they are ask you to allow for you to add three questions. Well, if you want to have more questions, then you need to pay. Because of these issues, so that I choose Paul everywhere. Paul everywhere, if you want to choose to use it for free, then you will have unlimited question to ask. And right now they change it. If you have 25 participants, then you can use it. And actually, I consider cost, so that cost-effective solution will be Paul everywhere. And also, if you can compare Paul everywhere between Paul everywhere and Kahoot, you will feel Paul everywhere seems to be more formal. Because of that, so finally I choose Paul everywhere. Well, so the others, normally you may use Camera or CC. Right now, that you have subtitles serving as CC. If you want to use it, then you need to use Microsoft 365 version. And also you can use live presentation, but this time I skip it because none of you can have the account, so I skip it. And actually that one similar to the current subtitles, but you have the choice to tune to the way of language to show the subtitle. Perhaps you can change it to Chinese totally. And of course, you can have the other tools. For example, Grammarly, ChatGPT, or something AI tools. For AI tools, look at these. We have some possible choices. You can check it for sure. And so that you can find one suitable one to assist you. Well, that's almost all. I didn't have the possible way to reach an EMI code, so that I code it's a roadmap. Actually, this is a roadmap I suggest to you. In fact, this is a roadmap I've ever passed. So that's why I share this with all of you. And finally, we have the poll again, and hopefully you can check it. And I skipped the checking for subtitles. Actually, I ever asked the student to have the feedback about subtitle. Then let me have this. This one, actually, they prefer English. Why? Because of maybe some technology. Sometimes it's really hard to have the proper translation. So they still expect to have subtitles in English. All right, as for the others, I think that's it. In fact, if we want to have some checking, that's okay. So right now, if you want to do so, you can have the feedback to this one. Okay, so some of you can consider this one. So everything's okay about the poll to ask you these questions. No need to have a CC or subtitle, or we need to have spoken sorry, we need to have a CC in English or CC in Chinese or none of the problems. So you can check it. Maybe time's up, so I think let me skip it totally. But before that one, later I can check it. Let's jump to this. So that's all for today's talk. So let me jump to this and try to see possible feedback from you. So we have a question, and you can think about what kind of question and key interactive. 我们在继续进行之前，我就直接问杨老师，还能听到我吗？还是我自嗨了很久了？
我们一直有在听。
OK， 谢谢。但是也许时间很赶，所以我就让大家直接把问题放在这上面，因为也许时间是比较短，所以我就把它变成是我要赶快把它走完的。也许不是一个很好的方式，但我今天的演讲其实就到这边，跟大家分享到这边。那大家如果有问题就请不吝赐教，就把你的问题写上来，谢谢。
好，首先真的非常谢谢老师，今天非常的演讲。This is a wonderful speech, really. So you shared with us your viewpoints and also your experiences in conducting the EMI course. 那老师也提到说，就是mindset 这个非常核心的概念。And also you provided the roadmap, and also you emphasis upon the importance of student-centered teaching. And it is imperative to provide support, for students who might need assistance in an EMI course. 所以老师的这门讲座，这方方面面，帮我们都照顾到了，真的谢谢。那我有一个很小的问题，就是说，不晓得老师可以跟我们分享一下您学生。就是过去给您的正面的一些 feedback，so that we can feel encouraged。
我这边其实这么说，有时候不同的时候会有不一样的结果。比较直接正面的 feedback， 第一件事情是，我是用所谓的dual classroom， 也就是说我既有 physical classroom， 我又有这个线上的。在疫情期间或者疫情末的时候，学生觉得这一件事情很窝心。窝心不是因为我觉得我这是提供一个平台，让他们方便分享这一个他们的内容给我。他们认为说这个弹性他们很喜欢。那时候是用 Skype 是一个很容易的一个上手的一个软体。但后来我用 Teams， 换成 Teams 之后，我的学生反而给我说Teams 要叫我登入，因为我要用那个 Teams 的记录做所谓的出席记录，他们就开始抱怨 Teams 好难用啊。所以有时候在不同的情况有不一样的结果。不过我认为选择一个适当的平台对他们来讲还 OK 的话是没问题。那因为那个问题，所以我这学期的点名的部分的出席记录，我就变成是直接用 poll up 或者直接请他们 key in 他们的学号名字，我就不要求每个人都一定要上 Teams。那所以我的调整有这样的方式，这是他们的其中一个回馈。另外一个回馈，其实字幕的部分，我虽然没让各位老师们给我回馈，学生有的回馈大家，他们认为有字幕，其实我个人的见解，有字幕总比没字幕好。就像我们以前在看电影，如果有字幕总比没字幕好，所以我认为字幕是一个 OK 的选项。但是字幕久而久之，学生会忘记，老师你有提供我任何协助吗？有啊，字幕都在上面。那给了字幕之后，我个人的看法是说，因为它是 EMI course， 所以呢，我现在有字幕的好处，对老师的好处是，我就很认真的把英文的 pronunciation 做好，而因此他们就可以看到正确的内容。那所以你就可以，老师们就可以很专心的去教，用英文教。虽然说不定最后老师说，老师你为什么都不理我，都不讲中文？所以有时候我也稍微改变一下，我可能就穿插一点解释我刚才到底要讲什么的一些中文，让他们感觉到我还有一点点中文的温暖，大概是这些。
是谢谢老师，谢谢老师。那不晓得就是我们在线上的老师有没有就是问题，或是有些分享跟老师就是做一些互动的呢？ 那因为我们时间有限那我不晓得说现场老师有没有就是要跟冯老师就是做一点简单的互动啊，或是经验分享啊等等的。我觉得我们可以看得到老师是很用心在准备一门课就是以及包括例如说刚才林绿君老师所讲的就是说上这门课不是在教英文，对，就是怎么透过英文这个去把专业交给学生。对，那老师透过就是语言的这个就是 support， 还有工具上，还有包括刚才所讲的这些那个 virtual classroom 这种 subtitles 等等这些方式就是可以帮助学生很即刻的得到他们需要的资源。
是我其实有问过我自己的学生，他们真的最后选择放弃用呈现 subtitle 用中文即使我有所谓的 live presentation， 今天是没有机会让老师们使用一下 live presentation， 但 live presentation 又是另外一个说如果你想要自己自行的去看中文的协助，这时候我们就不用在现在这个 subtitle 出现中文了。我为什么会有这样的一个想法，是因为当初说如果 subtitle 假设中文一切都很 OK， 那就放在这边就有中文了，学生就根本不用害怕所谓的 EMI 啦。但是我心里面有一个觉得怪怪的地方，这样好像感觉是我在作弊。老师们应该了解我意思吧？所以我其实在 subtitle 不喜欢呈现中文，就是呈现英文，这样呈现 subtitle 某种程度应该不算是作弊，这样说没错吧？
或是说就是前1/3学期我们就提供 subtitle， 那学生有这个 essence， 那也许过了1/3个学期之后，他们应该要去感受或是适应，就是一个 EMI teaching 的一个氛围了。
是没错，
这是不是一个方式，或是一个我们做一个调整呢？
是我其实认为，如果他们愿意看 subtitle， 久而久之，他大概就还会注意，因为 subtitle 的正确率不是100%，所以他们应该还要听我说。所以我跟他们说，我提供你这 subtitle 只是参考，不要怪说他给你，说不定错误的一个截取，因为 AI 没这么厉害，抓到100%正确。
是，
对所以其实我是告诉他们，请参考，但还是有机会的话，多听一下我说的。even 说我说的不一定是用中文来描述字腔正源多么标准，或者是 accent 多么像美式或英式，但我后来也已经说服我自己，那已经不重要，因为就算我们讲的太标准，台湾的学生说不定还听不懂那么标准的英文。
是，我想在 EMI 教学里面，大家强调应该不是那种 standard English， 而是一个 multiple standards， 就是其实每一个地方的英文有它自己的特色。我想我们台湾的老师没有办法讲得像那个 native speaker 这样子的一个腔调。
是，所以我后来其实对这件事情就有在别的 talk 我有特别说accent 很重要吗？其实我还在网络上找过一个台大分享的一个 video， 某一个老师他就是到纽西兰去留学的，他的 accent 就跟别的其他你常听到的完全不一样。
是，
对，但他讲的很有自信，所以其实我最后要说的是，老师们你讲的开心有自信就好了，学生尽量能够听得懂，那这样就最好了。
是，我觉得沟通是双向的啦，就是说老师讲，学生要能听得懂，其实双方都也要就是达到沟通的一个责任，所以老师讲要有自信，学生听也要有自信，我想这还蛮重要的。
是，我至于没说到的其他 support 是可能在学校里面的其他 support， 例如我们学校的语言中心会跟 Fulbright 合作，然后去帮学生提供一些语言上的补救的一个学习课程。那这一个是语中他们会提供。至于说我刚才说的一些资源，我没有强调了很多，因为时间也许很赶，我没有把这些东西把它点出来。提供的资源其实是我们这些都会有录影留下来。录影留下来，其实学生可以参考。但是如果你是上必修课，我们的学院还提供这样的一个要我们老师提供的服务，就是请问老师有没有所谓的缩短时间的缩时的中文的 video？我是有提供，因为我在 COVID 期间有中文的，所以我就把它拿来缩时。对我们有缩时的。那这个缩时其实我不好意思拿出来。杨老师说有没有好的 feedback？ 这是其中一个好的 feedback， 因为说实在话，60%的学生有困难听懂，且真的10%在我们学校10%到15%之间的学生是完全抗拒，可不可以不要有这个策略把它给撤掉好吗？ 这个是我实话实说。以上
是。
对，
好，那因为我们现在时间是1:31，那有些老师可能已经要准备去上课了。那我不晓得说在线上老师如果还有问题，那冯老师可能还有一点点时间，就是帮我们做一点简单的分享或是回答。哦，好，谢谢吴瑞轩老师。
吴老师您就直接提问没有问题，如果您的有问题就直接说，倒不一定是文字。
对。那个洪倩文老师。
是，各位老师好，还有冯老师好，不好意思，现在非常感谢哈，老师真的是讲得非常好。那我这里有一个门外汉的一个问题，就是说，假设说，因为听起来好像 in the course of EMI， basically the use of technology is very important as an assisting tool for students to focus on our teaching。所以如果假设不知道老师对于就是同学们如果在上课的时候，比如说像我刚刚在上课，有时候老师如果说要现在要做什么，然后我们就要使用开哪一个什么 software 或者是什么，然后它比较 delay。我相信同学们应该有这样子的一个问题。那对于这种比较，比如说 technology 的那个knowledge base 比较慢的同学，老师有没有什么样的 strategy 说我们去 make sure 一个课堂上所有同学，然后我们在安排我们的课程的时候，每个同学都跟上，就是不只是就是 English 的部分，也不只是 content 的部分，因为现在还有包含我们使用很多科技、一些软体等等。那对于有些像比如说像我本身如果是一个比较 slow 的人，那这样子的学生可能怎么样？我们有什么样的 strategy 去帮助他？
这一部分其实是比较特别，就是说。我们要找到没有 follow 的学生，这样说应该是这个问题，对不对？
是，谢谢。
对这个问题其实我目前倒不一定是有很好的解决，但我其实刚才所谓的 poll advocate 去问学生问题，学生要回答，他要回答，那即使他要回答的结果是说我没问题，写个 no 所以我其实是在评分上参与活动。还有所谓的出席上，目前为止这两个其实都一样，我都叫他们要做一个回答所以因此去确认跟得上跟不上这个回答与否，大概可以知道有谁没有去 follow 你，那没有 follow 你，因此你要去特别去约谈，把他找出你好像在这门课没有认真的 follow 我所以跟他点一下，我想这个倒可以这么做，只是说我没有真的这么认真的点过学生。
对 OK， 了解。
那这是
谢谢。
这是可以做的一个方式，因为我在计分，我就希望他们这么做当然他们说我觉得这样我也不 care 既然不 care， 这个就会被你找到。
是。
对所以可以用这种方式至于说其他的所谓的使用这些 tool 的我其实一开始就希望他们能够慢慢的跟上但有时候也不强迫他们，例如说 Teams 以前我希望他们都要上线，不可以下线，至少上线会有记录后来我看到学生说老师我觉得好难用，不要用它好不好那我就把这一个 tool 我就当成是optional 的，既然变成 optional 的，他们要用如何用，那就让他们自由的去处理了所以我就例如在这上面我就不会真的在这一个使用技术上一定 enforce 他们用到这种程度，但 poll advocate 这个是因为都要用，所以他们非得用到很熟练为止，否则他们会得不到这分数，大概是这样。
好的，谢谢老师，谢谢。
谢谢洪老师的问题。对，我有发现就是应该是说我们这个世代的老师如果能够摸熟这个软体的话，其实学生好像比我们更快上手，我自己感觉啦。所以我自己如果会用一个教学软体的话，就是我大概自己用过，我大概就知道问题在哪边，我就把它简化成我觉得学生很快可以进入状况使用。
是，其实学生可以 follow 啦。其实刚才洪老师问这个问题，反而应该说
可能是老师的问题。
我得这么讲，没错，我要这么说。例如说这一套系统，我跟大家做了一个demo 的一个使用。那我也常常我应该这么说，这件事情 even 是大家会后，如果你觉得需要我的 PowerPoint， 我都可以把它转成 PDF 分享给大家。那我要说的是，这些分享都没问题，但是有一些同事说，你这么大方分享，我说没问题啊，你会不会跟着我这样做，可能就是你的问题喽。因为还花了不少时间，所以我根本不怕说有谁可以用了它而变成是好像他用的更好，我根本不担心这件事，因为这件事情其实还蛮费工的。这就跟叫做上台的时间短短的，下台准备的功夫很多，这确实是如此，这个我不骗大家，只是说我也不是要用这句话来让大家觉得说，哎呀好累哦。我可以跟大家分享我的想法是说，我其实在达到这样的一个状态，其实我是分段达到的。例如说，也许我分成3段，慢慢的，我第1学期可以做到什么，第2个学期做到什么，第3学期同样课到第3学期的时候，我可能就做到比较全面一点，然后之后就慢慢做微调。我是用这种方式慢慢来达到这个程度的。对，因为我认为一触可及这样的状况太累了，所以我就没有做这种事情。对，然后我就慢慢加入，说不定我把这件事情设成更长的期程，10年后，说不定我该想要配付的一些安排，我都把它安排上去。那我也许就把它拉到这么长，10年后，这样子可能大家就觉得 loading 就变轻了。我第1年1/10就好了，第2年2/10，我最后1年再打全部啊，也许用这样的方式你会觉得比较 easy 一点。
是，就分段式的达成我们的目标。
对，
那这个目标可能，例如说，我们就会不断的调整啊、修正啊，因为也不晓得说3年后、5年后，可能会有一些新的一些 circumstances 会帮助，那我们的教学会有些需要做调整什么的。
是，但我这边比较直觉的这样的一个分享，是让大家觉得说，这可能是一个考量的因素的说法是这样。其实为了这 EMI， 我觉得它反而改造了我的教学，它反而改造了我用中文的教学很多很多。
是。
那这件事情，其实你有了这些安排使用之后，其实它不一定是要放到 EMI， 放到你平常中文的课程，其实都很适用。
是。
对啊，所以我就觉得，还好我耐住性子有试着去做所以其实我才觉得这东西帮助我其实不少，这个是我自己的内心的老实话。对用这样的方式可能让老师们觉得说，看起来我也来试试看看。那我用这种说法让你们觉得说，好像还可以试试啊。如果真的很难，那我就把它放掉。对，是这种说法让大家参考一下。
对，我想这是刚才老师所讲的 pedagogy 那一部分。对，其实教学，对它只是需要精进的。对，学一些新的教学法，然后一些思维上的改变，就是例如说老师所讲的以学生为主体，我们就大概会去想象说，就像刚才我很佩服老师，就是会先做一个survey，就是说你上过例如说 ESP 或是 EMI 的课程的比例，然后再去做，就是看学生的状况来去做我们需要做哪些的准备或是调整。我就是对我之前也没有想过这个问题。
其实这个
是非常好的一个示范。
这个问题是由 AIT 的 Training Course 提供的。
是，
我只是把它截取其中一点点。
是，
它本来要一整章的，我只是抓出，我总不能好像这是一个语言课，叫学生答10题吧？对，我就叫他答这4题。对，
是，
我是这样的想法，所以我就选了其中部分可能要知道学生状态，可能对我了解他语言的部分有用。但是我最后其实也应该这么说。EMI 的专家们虽然强调说 content 为主，语言为辅，或者是语言根本不重要，但是我要说他们骗人的。
我想大家很多老师都一直在 they are always struggling between the English language and the EMI the content of the EMI course。对，大家一直都在挣扎。对， 那可能就是要看当年上的那一门课的学生的状况去做调整。
其实 group discussion 还希望学生多用英文讲，然后好一点什么什么的，让英文学生也可以做 enhancement 啊。所以我说，其实虽然说教大家，包含李律金老师说，语言从来都不是问题，不是语言是问题，只是不是最主要的问题。这个我得说实话。
是，但我想林老师的意思应该是说他的 priority 可能就是
不是最前面的。
对，我觉得应该是这个意思。
是，没错，我只是说，虽然不是在最前面，但是也不轻哦，我是这么说。
对，这是事实，这是事实。
对，这是我个人的观点，因为我其实为什么会有这个road map 这一段，其实是我得跟大家明白说，这一段是我自己去找出来的答案。因为它有些东西不是我上他们的课，反而是我在internet 上去把这些可能的 video 找出来我自己看，包含林老师的2个小时的课，我还真的都把它看完。对啊，所以我刚刚就说了，这 roadmap 其实是我的 roadmap， 也是希望我分享给大家的 roadmap， 让大家可以有这一段让我去抓你想要抓的东西，那这样看起来或许可以省掉大家一些额外的时间。这是我自己的想法分享给大家的。
是，好，老师，那非常谢谢，那就我想也不耽误您的时间。那我想线上的老师可能没有其他的问题要询问的。那如果其他老师如果事后有些想要做进一步交流，那就是应该在网络上很好找到冯老师他的 email， 对，也许可以透过 email 再进行进一步更进一步的交流。好。那我想我们今天就谢谢老师这么精彩的演讲，真的很精彩，然后各个面向都帮我们包括了，尤其我觉得工具这一部分，然后还有那个 mindset 这个概念，我觉得真的受益良多。对，我想我们还需要时间去思考，然后去消化，真的
是谢谢您的 appreciation， 但我也不太
非常重要。
我其实自认为今天时间安排的不是很好，所以我就噼里啪啦一直把它讲完，因为时间有限，所以我就真的好像自己独角戏一直往前走。
不，因为其实我们平常反正都会安排2个小时的时间，对，但是因为就是线上，然后1点半之后可以到变成1个小时，1个半小时，那也压缩到老师的时间，真的不好意思。
没有，我其实我是尽量我其实也有把我过去2次的 slides 把它缩短但我知道其实我讲的其实没办法讲完，那所以我就有试着要开快车的一个想法，所以才让大家觉得一直在听我在轰炸各位。
不会，我们是在学习。对，那我希望我们以后还有机会再听老师下一场就是演讲，就是老师如果你有更多的心得或是说有开发新的教学法，希望能够再跟我们分享。
我其实有一个想法是说，但是这个要花很多时间，就是还真的就把我怎么做的这一个好像让大家都讲一讲就开始来动手去执行的这件事情，也许还可以变成一个 talk 或者是课程，只是这件事情我也蛮害怕，因为这还蛮费工的。
是，
对，以上。
好，好，老师，那我就谢谢您，谢谢。
那我在离开之前，我想跟你这边询问一下，所以你们这边也有录影对不对？
我们其实没有录影
好，没关系，我以为有，那就提供你们再请你们提供给我参考。
这样子，因为我们想说就没有特别录影。
没有问题。那我需要签任何表单吗？我忘记我没签给你。
还没，对，我们助理他等一下会 email 给您，然后以及包括您的那个
相关的资讯。
对，然后我们会再寄那个就是感谢状给您。
没有问题，那我知道，这样大概就 OK 了。
是，对，我们今天下午就会寄给老师。
好，那我处理好再回传给他。
好，那老师就谢谢您了。
也谢谢大家来参与聆听，谢谢，拜拜。
谢谢。